nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help when no one hears me. One day I feel I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
Yo, that was wrestling, wasn't it? AEW Double or Nothing post show rewind. God damn, what a pay per view! God damn, what a pay per view!
Professional wrestling at its peak, at its finest.
AEW.
That's how
Where
it feels.
did you find that?
Don't worry, Nick. I'm in the dirty, dirty bottom of the internet every day. That's my job.
What are you talking about, Nick? No, I'm John Escudero.
Oh, you should. Oh, fuck, that's right. I'm not alone. You've seen him before if you watched our WrestleMania weekend rewinds. My son John Escudero stepped in for me, and he's here with me for the first time together. Introduce yourself to these people.
John Escudero Jr., Daima. It was crazy to see all three of us in the same room.
Mini version. And then
which one's real?
And then this poser over here, this fake John
Escudero, as they might say. Hey, two of us are the real John Escudero. Who the real one is, who the fake one is, hey, the real answer will surprise you.
You'll never know. Actually, we all look alike. Definitely.
Hey, we all got glasses on,
and we all have flowing locks of hair. That's right. Listen, it's AEW Double or Nothing 5-star show. Fuck you. That was an awesome ass show. Like all the way through. Even the slow.
There were people watching Joe Hendry over that show.
Imagine doing that.
there was some stuff going on the TNA show too.
I didn't even realize they were on tonight.
The NXT show. But this shit was worth every penny from the top to the bottom. It's late though. I was like, damn, they were on the West Coast. They didn't give a fuck. We on the West Coast too. That's too damn bad. It's 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Insanity. There's no work tomorrow though, so it doesn't matter. Memorial Day weekend for most people.
They knew what they were doing with that placement.
You're up with us. You're up late talking pro wrestling. We can get into that main event first, man. The Owen Hart Cup.
Hey, we gotta say Ospreay. Happy birthday, AEW. 6 years to the day later.
6 years. 6 years. 6-year anniversary, and damn, they had a good time celebrating it. Like I said, we'll talk about the main event first, and then we can get into some of the other stuff that happened on the show tonight. But we had Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup. Boy, I thought they were going to have a hard time following. I didn't think they were going to have a hard time. Excuse me. Hangman, Adam Page, and Will Ospreay. Two of the top wrestlers in the world, and obviously the top wrestlers in AEW. I didn't think that they were going to have a hard time delivering a match. It's just that the Anarchy in the arena was so impactful and had like everything that a main event would have. So I was like, I wonder how that audience is going to do. And to their credit, they did the best that an audience could do at the end of a fucking 5-hour show that had something like Anarchy in the arena in the middle of it. Like there were some points where they kind of died for like a couple minutes, but they always tried to pick it back up. Like there was one moment in the middle of the match where it sounded like it was gonna die, and then one guy was just like, "Let's go, fucking Ospreay, cowboy shit!" And he was just trying. It was like two people. They were just trying for like 3 minutes, and then the arena got in on it, and I was like, "Damn, you got it. That was work. Good on that audience. They really held up their end of that."
But sometimes it only takes one.
Ospreay and Hangman, they did exactly what they wrestled exactly how you think they would. They did exactly what you think they would. It's the face of the company from day one, Hangman Page, versus the new face of the company, Will Ospreay. They framed it as the Ascension versus the Redemption, and I was sure. Like I was certain. I love Hangman. I love Hangman. I'm a Hangman guy. But I was sure that fucking Will Ospreay's this was Will Ospreay's night. That this was
Yeah.
the ascension. This was. I still don't even know if it was the right move. Like I I'm like I love Hangman. Like I'm a big ass Hangman fan. Like he's probably my favorite wrestler in AEW. Like his I really believe he's the main character of the company. His arc, his story arc is the most compelling. It also kind of is always at the heart of anything that's going on in AEW. So he's been like the guy for me. But I thought like he was okay to lose tonight and come back around another time. I thought this was crucial for Will Ospreay. Actually, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Will Ospreay after this. Booking wise, I guess he'll have some match at All In that's big and it'll be a good match. But I was sure like this was his time. I don't know. He keeps losing big matches like this. I don't know what we're doing there. Like that's really weird for me. He lost when they did it last year at Forbidden Door with Swerve. I was like, well, it makes sense if he's gonna win the title sometime within the next year. Like, okay, well, cool. Then and now we're here, and it's again a big loss for Will Ospreay. I don't know what story we're telling now. He just can't do it. Like, is that what we're saying? Like, is that what you're presenting me with? That's the story you've written. That's what you're telling me. Will Ospreay can't win the big one. Like that's what this is.
Man, I'm kind of getting shades. You know, we talked about 6 years later, right? I'm getting the same shades of when Omega and the Bucks were too afraid of letting themselves go over on things because they didn't really like that perception. And it's just like, I don't know, Will Ospreay, you're kind of being seen as the future face to run the place, and you kind of need some victories to maintain that status. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case here. I know last year he definitely offered up that idea against Swerve that maybe he should lose here, so people don't have the expectation that that match is going to happen at All In. Uh, but now, like, I wonder if I wonder if it was always is it always been set to be Hangman to be the guy? I mean, All In Texas, you brought it up last week. All In Texas, cowboy shit, Hangman Adam Page, the heart of AEW, rescuing the fucking AEW World Championship from John Moxley, who's holding it hostage. It all made sense. I was like, but then what happens to Will Ospreay? Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Do we potentially revisit this incredible, awesome, will always be beautiful main event for Forbidden Door at the O2 Arena in August?
Ospreay and Hangman
Yeah,
for the
if
World
Hangman gets the
Championship.
title, yeah.
He just loses like a month later.
Excuse me. Like, yeah, but here's the thing: have they ever secured a good Hangman storyline when he was a champion?
It was weird after he won too, because he was just like defending, and it wasn't connected to like that part of the story. It just was that I'm the champion right now. It was like we're doing a montage. Like
Mhm.
this is I'm the world champion. I'm defending it. This is good time. You know, like
The Murder Hawk's here. We saw him lose a bunch of times. Let's give him a title shot. Why not?
I'll kill his ass too. I'm the Texas Deathmatch champion or whatever. But yeah, man, we'll let me. I got some clips from this match because this match was, like I said, top tier. Probably one of my favorite things was that Will Ospreay would try to get Hangman into these situations, and Hangman would swat him like a fly, like clothesline the dog shit out of him. Like he's trying to get into a chop battle and just punch him in his fucking face. Like we're not doing this shit tonight. I didn't come to play games with you. I came to become or to get my way to the world championship. And then we also visited that Meet Me in the Desert shootout which is also kind of a reference to the match between Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, where they stood across from each other, ring to ring, finisher to finisher. Except that this time, Will Ospreay was standing across from a fucking cowboy in the desert. I love that. I love that shit. I love that so much. I actually thought that was gonna be the end of the match because, like I said, that was the end of the Bryan Danielson match. So when Hangman got it this time, I was like, fuck.
To the way they were just like taking off the elbow pads, like it was just two gunslingers getting ready. They are just throwing all in, pun intended. Bang.
What about you, John?
That video didn't play on my end, but it was crazy when I saw it first time.
It's all right. That's why we watch the show live.
There was a pay-per-view.
It was crazy though, because Ospreay, like, when was the last? I don't remember the last time he got pinned.
It's a good point. On TV, I can't remember the last time. It might be Swerve. Was it Swerve? MJF. Maybe MJF.
MJF.
It might be MJF last summer. Nick, you got the cage match up?
I'm looking.
I'm thinking Kyle Fletcher? Kyle Fletcher got
Revolution.
Revolution. Hangman isn't. Max says Hangman isn't winning the title.
I'm kind of feeling that. I'm kind of feeling Hangman doesn't win, but Ospreay does at Forbidden Door. Because I'm looking at the poster for Forbidden Door, and Will Ospreay's front and center. All we had for Y'all In was a belt buckle.
Could you fucking imagine? Could you imagine? You would cause riots. I don't think that's a good idea.
Are they still waiting for Darby to come back?
Oh my god. No, please no. I love Darby Allin. Don't get me wrong. Darby Allin is awesome. Darby Allin's what was his last match? Will Ospreay in AEW? That's the last match I remember.
The Continental Classic.
Yeah, and it was like top fucking tier. Like if they want to run that back for the world title, that would be cool. Darby versus Moxley doesn't need the championship right now. Like they took him out. They killed him. They made him go climb a mountain. Like he can come back and be mad at them for that. Like I was meditating
when like Darby Allin was getting lowered from those rafters and just got stuck. It was just like, I'm like, you can't give that guy the title after that.
The SpongeBob fucking
exactly.
Yeah, but Mac in the comments brings up that it was Kyle Fletcher, the top rope brainbuster, pinned Will Ospreay. That was the last time he got pinned. He pinned like clean as fuck here tonight too. Like he's fucking. What was that finish? I have a clip of that finish because that was. I mean, it was awesome.
To the outside, try it again. Another buckshot, perhaps. Oh no, Ospreay anticipates. Ospreay,
reversal. Killed his ass.
He's going for the big one.
I didn't. Never in my life did not see this coming.
He's the winner.
Insane.
I didn't think that was gonna be it.
Insane. I was like, damn, Ospreay's gonna kick out of two of them shits. That's just heavy. And then he fucking did it. I'm like, what? I still don't know, man. I love Hangman. I really do. But I don't know that he should have beaten Ospreay here. Even if Ospreay comes back to become world champion at Forbidden Door, like if that's what they're planning to do, I don't think that this was. I don't know what we're saying about Will Ospreay here.
I do want to say, looking at it, both guys too defeated some top level talent going into this. I mean, Kevin Knight did replace Jay White, but Will Ospreay would have at that point have defeated Jay White, and then he would, defeated Takeshita in a fantastic match, and then he goes in here to the final, whereas Adam Page took on another couple guys from the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander and Kyle Fletcher. So that leads me to believe if Hanger was to win the title, maybe a little something with the Don Callis army, because they've been looking pretty great recently.
I'm really confused as to what they're gonna do with Will Ospreay. That's really important to me right now. He's like he is the guy in AEW. I'm sorry. He should be their guy. I don't know what the fuck we're waiting for. Like, why is he not on top? Why is he not world champion? Why is he not on the fucking in every main event every month? He's gonna wrestle every fucking. He's giving main event matches on every pay per view. He's fucking dangerous to put in the fucking certain position on the card because he'll just overshadow whatever the fuck you have in your main event. So what are we waiting for here? Like, what else does the man have to do?
Plus, it's not like Hangman's not in a position where he couldn't have waited a little bit longer too to get back into this because it runs with his story of always, getting so close and yet so far.
I'm confused, but like I said, I'm a big Hangman fan. Now going into All In, he can't lose. Like he can't lose. That's insane to me. What do you all that shit and then what? The Young Bucks are gonna screw him? That's what we're doing here? Like,
Jack Perry comes out in the middle of the match, hits him with a briefcase.
No, that's what's gonna happen.
he gotta lower him from the ceiling, bro. Scapegoat is here. Oh shit, from a helicopter. It's got an open roof, right? It's got an open roof. Jack Perry arrives by helicopter and costs Hangman the championship.
Because remember too, that's how we build up to the next pay-per-view. Because Ospreay said if Hangman wins, he'll be there in his corner to back him up against the Death Riders.
God, I'm flabbergasted almost. I'm like, it's great.
Hangman's losing.
It's a crazy feeling because I want like the fan of me wanted Hangman to win, but the person that knows storytelling was like, this is for Ospreay. This is where it should happen. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Maybe you guys have a different opinion on that. Maybe it can make me feel like it's all gonna be okay.
It's not going to be okay, John. It's not going to be okay. I mean, that was the thing was with Will Ospreay. It felt like he's having all these moments, right, to like get back into his rise. And I'm thinking about how we kind of got like some shades of the old Will Ospreay. How he got like really intense, especially when he was just bashing Hangman's head up against the table. And I was reminiscent again. A previous Forbidden Door when he took on Kenny Omega, which again, for me, I'm thinking a lot of callbacks to Forbidden Door. Maybe that's truly where we're headed, but I don't know. It didn't feel right that Adam Page won. And it felt like, we were building up to a point where this would be Will Ospreay's time. I'm curious what they are going to do with Will Ospreay, because at this point in time, I can't imagine what they're going to have him do for Y'all In, because you got to have him doing something. He's literally, if it's not Hangman, the other main character for the whole company that you got to build this whole promotion around is Will Ospreay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Y'all In, Mox and Page, the Hanger versus the Bleeder. John, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Oh, my bad. I did muted the shit out of myself. Do you guys have any other thoughts about this main event match before we take it to the top? Also, I guess after the match, after the match, all we really had was a handshake. Where, like, I thought maybe they might turn Ospreay. That'd be so stupid. That's a bad idea.
They should not do that. That doesn't feel right. I will say, I was really appreciating the way this match was done. I've been kind of just binging a lot of different matches and moments from All Japan over the weekend, so I'm kind of very much in the mood of like, okay, this kind of felt a little King's Road-ish in a way with how they were going through the whole match, and I really appreciated how they were doing that, and I think for what it was, it definitely flowed through with two guys wanting to the best to kind of reach and pay tribute to Owen Hart.
There's a fucking cat behind me, and I don't want Peter to get mad at me, but I'm gonna kick it. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I won't hurt it.
No, baby.
I'm going to kick it. No. I wanted to say that fuck, I lost my train of thought because of the damn cat. Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. Listen, there's a shit ton of good matches you could do, like great Ospreay matches that they could run at the show. None of them are gonna be where I think he should be on the card right now, though.
Right.
But you
Ospreay
guys
versus
talk for a
Mina.
second while I get rid of this cat.
Well, John goes to commit murder. You know, I do want to say too with this main event, you know, it was like 36 minutes, about 37. I thought, you know, for what it was, in my opinion, I think it flowed very nicely. John, I don't know if you agree with that or disagree.
I do. I didn't think it was gonna hold up as well as it did after that Anarchy in the arena. But they gave him they gave him time to collect themselves with the Adam Cole match, that weirdly placed tag match.
Right. You know, it was a good call to pop something there because, you know, it wasn't going to be, you know, you couldn't go from like 100 to 100 because you knew if you got Ospreay, especially a match with Ospreay plus the hanger, that it was just going to be all out war and just pandemonium and chaos.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do we balance that with all of the wild moments and anarchy in the arena, which I cannot wait to talk about. We're going to get to that in a moment. But yeah, definitely Owen Hart tournament. This was a very fun finals match, and I don't know what they're planning with the hanger going into Y'all In. It makes sense to have the cowboy there in the main event, but I would have personally preferred the aerial assassin. I feel like there's more obvious routes to take when it comes to him dethroning Mox. So I'm very curious what's going to happen on here.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I think since this is the direction that we're headed in, Hangman we need to go all the way through with it. He needs to just become world champion. Then
We need to
that's
go
where we
all
are.
in,
Like
you say?
all in, since we're
Wow.
already gone double or nothing. That's the gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we're gonna open that forbidden door, and so then you can go all out.
I hate you. No.
And once you're out of here, you'll have one of those Russell dreams.
Get out of here, get Nick. I'm gonna throw you down the stairs.
So long.
Uh, we'll go from one Owen Hart Cup final to the other Owen Hart Cup final. Another fucking great wrestling match. Mercedes Moné
Honestly, like
and
every match kind of delivered throughout the card, even the pre-shows.
I was gonna say, you good thing you brought that up. On the pre-show, before the show actually started, we had the beginnings, I guess, of AEW's like real actual push towards a women's tag team division, like a tag team championship. You've got Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, and they're dressed alike, and Penelope has a thing on, and they're sharing music, and they have like a choreographed entrance together now. And then Anna Jay and Harley Cameron, new music, matching gear, a choreographed entrance. This match was fun. I thought. I don't know why. I feel like I'm a sexist. I'm against the women's tag team division. I'm like, we're pushing this thing, and we're no, there's no real women's tag teams. Like, they don't exist. There's no fucking indie wrestling circuit that has a women's tag team division regularly across the country where women come up together in schools and they go, let's tag team together, girl. We can win the tag team championships, and one day we'll be on TV together as tag team champions. Like, that's not established. So all you're gonna have is put together singles acts, and you could give them new music, and you can give them new gear, and they can come up with one finishing double move, but like that doesn't make them a fucking tag team. I don't know how you're gonna have a real women's tag team division here, but it seems like that's where we're headed. So have fun, I guess. And this felt like the beginning of that. Like, okay, this match was like, oh, this is what we're gonna be seeing. This is exactly what it's gonna be. And if you are all right with that, then fine, because this is what it's gonna be.
It's kind of needing to establish and continue more of these trial run throughs. off the top of my head, and that's probably just after such a long, crazy, wild, but awesome show, I can't really think of too many women's duos that would really I think super benefit from this.
They're one. They're one. The Renegade Twins are one, and they don't count because they literally were in the womb together. They are a born tag team. How many of those do you have? Though at least they are right there. Put more of them together for a longer time. Don't introduce tag team championships for a year from now. Let them fester a tag team division. Build a division.
I love the idea that they introduce women's trios titles before they ever do regular duo tag team titles.
You can build a division without fucking doing the championships immediately. Because then you fucking introduce them next month. Oh, we're gonna introduce them at All In. You just rushed into this shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. We got belts made. That's cool. This sucks.
Mac is bringing up some good duos. I don't know. I want more than just a handful of duos though. I don't want it to be a Monday Night Raw style. These are the ones that we have on the roster. Let's throw them into a
That's
thing.
what
We only
this
have
is.
five. We have 5 teams. Let's make this work for the next several months.
That's exactly what this is. Look at you just took the women's division that you have and you paired them up. These two are cute. These two are blonde. These two are odd couple. These two have been together their whole life on the indies, and then these two we've been had on Ring of Honor all along. We'll make it work type shit. If you're gonna do this, do it for a year, and then make it feel like tag teams, and then we'll give them a belt. Boom! Now we're introducing a belt, and now I feel excited for this shit.
I feel like they had more of an opportunity to do it a couple years ago, and they should have pulled the trigger then.
When they had TJ and
they had a lot of duos, yeah.
Penelope Ford and the Bunny.
So
they
many
felt
duos
tag
at the
teams.
time.
It is what it is. Greg brings up those Samoan twin women from WOW. Didn't they have problems? Didn't they have issues? John, oh my God, Mac! I love women.
That's the T-shirt.
I feel like I made it. That makes it worse. Oh
But you're
no!
ready to not talk about women's wrestling on Bash at the Beach '96 this Friday, huh?
Oh gosh! But Holly Cameron and Anna Jay win this match, which
feel the
what
wrath.
was that about? Feel the wrath! I didn't see that coming. Okay, we started off with surprises, and then we also had what was this? I forgot what fucking kind of match this was. It was all the luchas.
They were all in tag.
Where did he man that time? How about that? Yeah. Fox.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. Look at this. He's back in the ring.
Look, he's paid. He's paid his price. He's paid the price for what he did.
The past year, I think he's only had 1, maybe 2 victories. He finally got a win on a pay-per-view. I don't care that it's a pre-show. He got a win on a pay-per-view.
Hey, maybe this is the beginning of a new day for AR Fox. He's such a good talent, and he's been around for so long, and he's so versatile. Oh, Mac.
Plus, he's got the success story because on AEW he talked about his time in prison and then being able to overcome all of that.
I forgot he went to prison. I actually forgot that part, but that's not a problem. People can go to prison and come out the other side all the time. Booker T, MVP.
That's a success story that they should run with.
Jacob Fatu right now on WWE TV.
Exactly.
Lots of people. But yeah, man, what was this match, Nick? What was this? This second match on the pre-show.
Oh, the 8-man tag. All right, so on the victorious side, you had Bandido, AR Fox, Hologram, and Commander taking on RPG Vice, Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, plus then you had Action Andretti and Leo Rush. The Crew, in all caps.
That's right, the Crew with their fucking jackets. They kill me.
They look like a virus.
Those Bowser jackets.
Yeah, Bowser. The Bowser twins.
I thought they looked like COVID.
The Crovid. I saw AR Fox jump off a balcony in Providence, Long Island in 2015 and land on Matt Tremont like 30 feet up. AR Fox has been on the indies doing wild shit for as long as I've been watching indie wrestling, I swear.
I always remember hearing about that dude, the Air Fox, and like, man, he just always
low main pain. Low main pain. He was doing Dragon League shows, Evolve shows way back in like 2010. I'm talking 15 years ago. So yeah, he's glad to see him get a win here. Glad to see Bandido and them featured, even though they're on the pre-show. Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido, why did Bandido have a spot on the post-show scrum? He was on the fucking he was in an 8-man on the pre-show.
That's why Tony Khan took over his slot to talk about the forums.
He realized Tony Khan is Bandido is talking, and Tony Khan takes half his time and talks about the DVDR forums because one of the people from there died, and they did run a show over the weekend dedicated to them, free. I think outside the arena, right? Was it right outside the arena, just with a wrestling ring set up out there?
Yeah.
I'm looking. Fuck, this fucking cat ran away from me when I went to find it, and every time, as soon as I sat down, it started meowing again.
It just wants to be part of the show.
I just want to make it stop. That's true. Because we also have Luchas, is why he was on the pre-show. Says Greg, hey, listen, that's racist.
It has been a Lucha Libre week on Collision and Ring of Honor.
Is there a reason for that?
Nope.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. They just kind of did it.
We got the fuck, I had a brain fart. The cross promotional CML AEW shows coming up. So we want to get those luchas on the camera, baby.
Are we allowed to say luchas, or is that offensive?
I can say that. You can't say that.
I do want to appreciate the fact that Tony Schiavone was having flashbacks earlier in the week because he kept talking about the WCW Cruiserweight division, and I respect that.
I like Tony Schiavone, but he comes off like he's so tired of everybody's shit. He's tired. Tired.
You gotta substitute Lois in time to time.
So we open the main show proper with the Owen Hart Cup finals on the women's side. Mercedes Moné against Jamie Hayter. They had a good fucking match. They was hooping. But Mercedes Moné pulls the win out in the end. I have people real mad. Mercedes has to win everything? Why does she have to win everything?
4 belts Moné again.
I had a clip here somewhere. I had a clip from this match. I don't know where it went.
What are we doing if Mercedes pins Toni at Texas?
Oof.
5 belts Moné. Let's go.
That's a hard one to swallow. No, but check out this back and forth here. I think this is the point in the match where I realized, all right, they found each other. This is working.
The moneymaker. Oh, kick. But Mercedes answers with a knee. Hayter, the lariat.
It was that.
Hayter, the lariat. That sounds fun. That sounds great.
There's also, and then there was the finish. Like I said, it was a great match, great back and forth. Jamie Hayter took a lot of it, so she looked real strong. Mercedes Moné fights from under to get the victory. We get this roll-up situation here, which was really cool, except for the fact that.
But now Jamie Hayter bringing Mercedes up to her feet, poised to deliver the Hayter. No.
Good God. 1, 2, 3. She fucking bumped her fucking head on the way down. Almost broke her fucking neck.
Yeah, why don't you just Gonzo bomb her next time?
Oh, that's funny. I think he might be talking about the Lucha Libre match, but there was a moment in this match where I thought for sure Jamie Hayter would win, and she didn't. And even in my head, I thought it would be okay for Mercedes to lose here, but I also knew she costs a lot of money. I don't know if you, I don't know if you should be pinning people like that. Ospreay should be getting treated the way they treat Mercedes, like freaking losing like that.
Let the
But
record show that the people who wore pink into their finals have won yet again.
respect your elders. But yeah, Mercedes wins, goes on to the final, goes on to the women's championship match at All In. Mercedes versus Toni Storm. Like John asked, what are you doing if Mercedes actually pins Toni Storm here? Uh, is it like inevitable? Think Nick? Does this have to happen?
Oh man, I don't think it has to happen, but when you think about it, like I don't know where else we can currently take the Timeless Tony Storm run necessarily, and with the way they've been kind of portraying things, I think all signs point to Mercedes, and with the Owen Hart Championship belt, 5 belts Moné sounds very realistic.
My only problem is we we were so on a path to do Mercedes versus Athena on that big stage. Um, and then they ran it in Boston
They did it.
and on random Dynamite, and then Athena immediately disappears off television after that.
Sounds about right.
She's gone. No, nothing.
This is why I don't trust the women's tag team titles division.
What are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we actually doing? This is crazy to me. And I mean, I get it. Like, Mercedes Moné costs a lot of money. You want to book her as the not just the top star in the women's division, but one of the top stars in the company. I feel like maybe we're laying it on a little bit thick.
Yeah, I imagine if she does win that title, then she's going to relinquish the TBS championship, which I can see. Yeah, but I can see like someone like a Megan Bain really taking that title and running with it for a while.
Toni Storm kissed Renee Paquette on the cheek when she came to the scrum, and Max says if Luther wasn't holding her, she would have won in a full makeout. John Moxley,
possible.
John Moxley in the back rooting for it. Come on.
This is what, because John Moxley's like, you're gonna have to do one to me, and that's when he kissed Swerve that one time.
Oh no. But yeah, so Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm. If she wins the championship, she'll just relinquish TBS. That's what I wanted Jade Cargill to do, because Jade Cargill was like fucking Goldberg, and it made sense if he did like the Ultimate Warrior thing with Jade fucking Cargill. But Mercedes Moné, I love Mercedes. I'm not one of those weirdos that's like, I hate Mercedes. She's Mercedes books her own shit. Like. No, I'm not one of those guys. I'm rooting for Mercedes Moné. I think she's on the run of her fucking life right now. I think she's having match after match after match after match that is just
everywhere,
top tier, everywhere with everyone. But I'm like, damn, like this is she's on a straight path, just winning every single thing all the way up to the world championship. It feels like she shouldn't win actually at All In. Like there should be some type of challenge or something, because otherwise it was too easy and unearned. Even though it's weird, it's not like unearned is a weird word to say.
Right. You gotta have something that's like, protects us from having to do an alliance to end Hulkamania, brother. Because we all saw how terrible Uncensored 96 was way back in the day. So you don't want to get yourself into a situation where it takes the entire roster to attempt to put this one person down. And at the same time, you want to find that balance of like keeping her looking strong and whatnot. Because I also would love to avoid something where it's like when Samoa Joe randomly relinquished the Ring of Honor TV title and then went over for the world title.
I want gold.
You fucking go, Joe.
No, I want the other one, and he just went and got it. All right. He just went and grabbed it.
You could have had more time, Joe.
Nope, I want it now, and he just took it. He meant it though. He meant it, and he just became world champion. All right,
He
I'm
didn't even
off.
need to relinquish it when you think about it.
He's like, I don't want this one. Trash. Take that back.
Is Hacksaw Jim Duggan gonna find it in a garbage can again?
Oh, I forgot that happened. How many times do they do that in pro wrestling? That's a very common thing. Did not Truth pick up a belt from the trash once?
There's so much disrespect for TV titles and things of the sort.
What'd you think of this match, Little John? Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good match. I've just been thinking this whole time, like, if Toni Storm can't win because there's no one else for her to like mess with, like fight with after Mercedes, because she's already did it. She already did it all in the first reign, and then when she won back from Mariah, it's like there's no one left.
That's
so it might
true.
Be over.
There's no Mariah May for her to go fight again.
Yeah.
Mariah May all WWE. She didn't come back tonight.
I thought tonight for sure. I thought she was going to come out at the end of this match, but instead or at the end of the women's championship match. But no Mariah May.
That all but
she's
confirms
gone.
That she's gone to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. She's out of there. But yeah, so that was the opening match. We followed that up with Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
I hate his
tremendous
gear.
Shape.
I hate Daniel's mustard gear. I don't like that. Ketchup and mustard.
Brother.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look for him. He came out with the Jabba gear on. Nigel McGuinness out to the fake Oasis. Rip off Oasis. I didn't like it. It was off.
Abs, though.
Well, he's in shape, but it wasn't a good night for him in the ring. He was in the way a lot of. There was literally one moment where like FTR had to
push him out of the way
so they could bump into each other, which fucking made it all, which fucked the whole thing up. He's like, I moved him out the way so we can die. And when we're trying to kill him, but you know, he's Nigel McGuinness, so like I'm never gonna talk too bad about him. It's just like obviously, he's not getting the same reps as everybody else. You know, he's doing commentary, and it showed the ring rust showed tonight for Nigel. But him and Daniel Garcia did get to hit this combination London Tower finish. Tower of London. I was gonna say London Dungeon, but I was trying to adjust.
Paul London.
The London.
Nigel Tower, London, center of the ring. Gotta be it. 1, 2, 3.
Tower of London. I'm trying to see how many.
Hit the Paul London on him.
AEW's like, stop. He's showing the whole pay-per-view.
We just play it all right here.
We should just put it in a little box in the corner and just
we
watch
have it running in the background.
That's how we pirate the shows now. We just sit in front of them.
There's like a select group of the sickos who have to watch it, and they only get like corners.
Just me? It's just me. Sounds crazy. No. But
we're talking, but there's still like the full audio and everything going too.
The match. It was the second match on the card, and it felt like it. I don't know, Nick. What'd you think of this?
You know, I really enjoyed the whole pay-per-view itself, but you know, if this match wasn't on the card and maybe we replaced it with like a Lucha Libre trios, I would have been a-okay with that. It felt like they were adding some sort of stipulation if they didn't already do it to Collision, and maybe I missed it, but I don't remember hearing anything about that. I think they were saying something along the lines of Nigel, if he loses this, he's going to be done. And I don't recall anything like that being brought up during this. And I also had some questions also, like why was Tony Schiavone randomly getting up when he had no real reason to?
He did though, because he was the catalyst for this storyline. They were going to kill him, and then Nigel got involved, and they beat Nigel up. And then that's why Daniel Garcia saved Nigel. So now Tony Schiavone feels indebted to Nigel.
I don't
That's
know.
why fucking Cash kept touching him in the corner, harassing him.
He had no reason to like get up and just like try to like, come on, Nigel, come on, let's go. And I do also think it was funny that like the last resort, Daddy Magic's trying his hardest to just try and like figure out something. So he's like, I'm gonna get involved, and he just gets taken out immediately.
He took his shirt off and everything. He was like shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could have been on the free show, but they're setting up FTR for that Edge and Christian match. For sure. They got the Legend Killers thing already. I was like,
I was
this is
honestly
obvious.
wondering if we were gonna have Cope do a run-in of some kind here. That didn't happen.
Where Edge?
Gib
I
Edge.
know him, Mag, like 20 minutes ago. I know. Yeah,
I guess we're not covering Bash at the Beach Friday.
Bash at the Beach on Friday, live on all Dirty Radio platforms?
On every
Crazy.
Radio, everyone should be there because we're going to be talking about that and having more fun than we would be on SmackDown. So, hey, let's all just get together and celebrate Mac's birthday.
Can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe it. No. This, we follow this matchup with, first of all, Daniel Garcia gets double pile drive after Nigel McGuinness. After Nigel McGuinness gets a fucking
Nigel McDelicious.
Shit. Nigel McGuinness gets a shatter machine on the outside. Daniel Garcia is alone in the ring. Double pile driver, two of them bitches, and then a sharpshooter because Dax loves Bret Hart for Daniel Garcia to pass out. Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah. It was the one of the probably the weakest match on the card. But we followed that up with a cool stretcher match, which John pointed out to me that it was a Sabu tribute match. I was like,
Sabu and Rob Van Dam.
I was like, damn, I didn't grab it. I was like, why is this a stretcher match? There was no ambulance in this feud at all. Like, what? Usually that's the thing.
You know why? Because they needed Chekhov's ambulance for later.
That's right. I didn't realize that. But no, I've been thinking for the past, when they announced it, they were like, oh, it's going to be a stretcher match. And they just randomly announced it online. And I was like, usually there's like a person that gets their ass beat and then put in an ambulance. And then it's like, you put me in an ambulance, so I want to put you in one. And I'll get you at the pay-per-view. Like, that's like generally how it works. We didn't get that.
This just happened because Ricochet was bullying Zach Gowen.
It's happened because Sabu died. But they went out there and they had a fucking great match. I mean, what the fuck? Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. I had no doubt. Ricochet comes out with the Itachi Akatsuki outfit.
Akatsuki Ricochet.
And I said, look at you, another little Itachi loving bitch. All you Itachi lovers are fucking weird. I don't give a fuck how much sad music they play behind his musty ass famicide. This motherfucker killed his whole family. You people are nuts.
Yeah, you gotta be Pain with the cycle of hatred.
They were
he
gonna
killed his
kill
whole
the
family
village.
that farm when he was done.
Or on the top of them, like they were gonna kill the village. You fucking snitch ass little bitch. Y'all weird. You're all weird. Anyway.
Ricochet should have done like a whole different anime. I just been picturing now Ricochet as like Bakugo, and he's just like blasts himself to the ring.
We already had one person in My Hero Academia gear this weekend, and that didn't work out for her very well. She broke Chelsea. She broke Chelsea Green's nose. All my gear. But Ricochet being a heel, dressed as Itachi, makes sense because Itachi's a fucking heel that killed his whole family. But this was a good match, great match even. I had a lot of fun with this. Ricochet putting his body on the line. I'm trying to pull up this clip of him shooting star pressing onto a fucking stretcher. Shooting star press onto a stretcher. As JR would say, how do you learn to do that? You can't fake this. Did it freeze? Did it freeze for you?
It did, but I still felt it in my sternum.
Okay. Anyway, we also got some more direct Sabu tribute moments.
That's the Sabu right there. I know this might be triple jump hit. Oh no, Ricochet!
That was hilarious. I thought Mark Briscoe grew that mohawk out just to flex on Ricochet. I was like, you piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. That's why he caught that chair right in the mohawk. I appreciate that. It's way too much bald people discrimination going on in this fucking show. I gotta wear a hat because I'm scared to show my bald head on this stream for fear of people, I don't know, spraying me or trying to wipe my head or trying to rub it for good luck or whatever bald fucking bullshit stereotypes you motherfuckers are doing out there. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. This is racist. At least. Look at this shit.
Domist.
And everyone just cheering. You're all cheering. This is how liberty dies. That's crazy.
This is gonna be in like 30 years' time. Everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, this aged horribly." I can't believe
it aged. I think they should be canceled. All you hair people, canceled. We bald people.
We bald people. Oh man. I want to give a shout out too. I don't know what was in those bottles, but if it was actual cleaner, I'm just picturing because we saw Briscoe freaking gushing blood, and I'm just picturing all that cleaner getting in there.
Oh, wait a second, Briscoe.
I don't know. I had a clip of him gushing blood,
but wow, why did this video get taken down? All of a sudden, no!
Oh my gosh, he quit.
They're taking us.
They're taking us away one by one. They're coming for you next.
No, but listen, like before I go, I just want to say no. Freaking, I'm just picturing how much that would have burned, how much that would have hurt to have all that cleaner in there. And on top of that, we may or may not see him later in the night, and probably having to endure all that on there because he still was covered in some crispy, crunchy scabs. So I'm sure
got himself. Mark got himself real good because it was bleed. Usually it bleeds and then it'll stop and it's just like dried up on your face, but it was bleeding all the way through this match.
Just kept going and going. And again, if he had cleaner in there, that's gonna burn.
I don't think this was cleaner. It was definitely I hope it wasn't cleaner. It was green though. Look at that again.
That's the worst part. I feel like Briscoe would be willing to take regular cleaner.
But it was Ricochet. And it's on his skin.
I'm not sure if our cameras can handle this glare.
No, remember he threw it onto Briscoe's face.
Oh shit, that's right. No, it had to be fucking it had to be worked. There's no way. It has
to be some sort of bad solution. But yeah, either way. I mean, no matter what, it's still gonna burn regardless.
For sure.
It's gonna keep you going.
Oh, Mac, Gatorade.
That's gonna absolutely burn.
That's
you gotta
worse.
Drink that. You don't pour that out. I'm picturing. Remember when on Beavis and Butthead when what was it like? Beavis had like the dog fight and they poured sports drink on it because it has nutrients.
Oh my god, I did not see that. Thank goodness. If you go back and watch Beavis on if they stream Beavis and Butthead, they can't show the music videos, right? So it's like bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta get someone that recorded the original ones.
I'm sure they're out there.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Dailymotion.
So we follow that up with the Continental Championship.
No.
Kazuchika Okada.
We hurt people.
Oh shit, that's right. MJF, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, hurting people. They came out against the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. And I was like, damn, I don't care about this. I don't care about anything Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes are doing. And I like Sammy Guevara. I think I don't hate him. Like people are like, oh, give up on him. I know. I'm like, no, man, he's still good. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did that was so wrong that he had to get buried like this. Tony Khan is really mad that he impregnated Tay Conti. It's like you took Tay Conti from me. Like I was building this so well. I had so many plans for Tay Conti, and there you go, fighting Andrade and impregnating my prospects. You could go to Ring of
saying
Honor.
those things about Mercedes.
Yeah, Mac, that's just yeah. I understand why you would think that, but licensing, man, it's bullshit.
Which is sad because the music video reactions were so much fun. That's how I got to get into a lot of new songs like "Sober" by Tool.
I didn't get to watch any of that stuff. I was watching BET. I'm sorry.
It's not too late, John.
I guess you're right. It is.
They're online.
Finding all that. I'll find them. Anyway, Max says, is it any coincidence that Sammy disappeared right around the time Mercedes showed up? No.
Somewhat.
Of
Tony Khan always wanting to be like, I'm just going to keep everyone separated just in case.
No, because listen, he was around until they had the baby. And then it ended. Like that was it. And they were like, oh, paternity leave. And then when he came back, it was like paternity leave never ended. And then he's on Ring of Honor doing Ring of Honor shit. And now he's finally back on TV. He got a win on Collision the other day. I was watching Collision because I don't get to watch it a lot. And I was like, I asked my friend Danny, who watches it more than I do, I was like, is this Sammy Guevara always here? And he was like, no, he just got a win for the first time. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, okay, so they put him back on TV, but I don't know. It could be that they decided he's not worth what he is, what he's being paid. But if they let him go, he'll just go to NXT and WWE push him just because he came from AEW.
It's still that thing where again I feel like there's a lot of the optic issues, even though the podcast comments were long ago and she forgave him. I think that's always going to still haunt him.
Hey, he's on the same pay-per-view as Hurt tonight.
No, he is, but I'm just saying I feel like it's an overall optics thing that a lot of people who might not think of something like that as being forgivable or take offense to and reach out to some sponsors.
I don't think that stuff matters as much today as it would have a year and a half ago. I think I'll say that. But
there's too the allegation, remember, of him kind of being a huge catalyst too for messing up some stuff with the TNA partnership.
He just didn't want to go there. He said, I don't want to do it. They were like, what do you mean?
I really don't want to go there.
And now look, you could have been TNA World Champion. All right. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, though, they were offered to help MJF. He almost screwed them twice, and then he finally figured it out at the end. And Bobby Lashley was like, hey, you high, white boy. You high.
We could all hurt.
But I'll take care of this. And then he spears the fucking Goldust through the shit. Shelton Benjamin botches a fucking interception knee. But
it still looked pretty brutal, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you were in the arena, you probably didn't notice it as much as like we got a really big TV, so anything that goes wrong, you'd be like, damn, that was fucked up.
Yeah, I think the angle mixed with a lack of a true connecting sound, I think was what did it.
Mm-hmm. But they get the win and they're continuing. MJF is cool. Alex Hammerstone was backstage at the pay-per-view today. I don't know if that means that he's working there, or if he was just visiting, but I thought that was worth mentioning with MJF being on screen.
You gotta hide Matt on Thursdays.
So we had Kazuchika Okada whip that TNA ick. Oh, gosh. I gotta workshop that, Mac.
It's close. It's close.
So yeah, we got Kazuchika Okada versus Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey took
Speedball.
most of this match, beat the shit out of Okada for like 20 minutes. Okada, though, when he was getting them drop kicks, like it would be like Mike Bailey gets it in, Okada cut him off with a drop kick. Gets it in, cut him off with a drop kick. And then that was the story of the match all the way up until the very last minute where Mike Bailey thought he was gonna win. He was getting it in. Okada pulled that fucking drop kick.
Okada's getting up, guys. And Bailey, boom! Kick out of midair!
Sick.
Oh my God!
Fucking sick.
Connected
Takes the
it.
champ, retains the
Flush.
championship there.
Mid-air interception.
Out of nowhere, Kazuchika Okada's drop kicks. I love him. What'd y'all think of this
Hardcore
match?
Holly. Okada's got the superior drop kick. Oh man,
Yeah.
it was actually a real fun showcase. I feel like this is another one of those instances where just because Speedball lost, I don't think he really takes a big L from this. And I think he looked great. He stood toe to toe with Kazuchika Okada, so I think that's always going to shine nicely for him. And on top of that, Okada continuing that meteoric rise with the Continental crown. Let's see, he's at 428 days.
God damn.
About 5 times Eddie Kingston's.
And he made them though. John, what did you think of this?
It's like when Okada somewhat cares about his matches, he can put on a good show, and that's what he did tonight. Cause like I've been thinking like he cared about Ospreay. You see how he performed at World's End. And you see tonight he somewhat cared about Speedball. He put on a good show. And Speedball doesn't get buried at all because he just got here. He wasn't. It's Okada.
Yeah, that's that. Like I said, him Speedball taking most of the match and doing most of the physical stuff, and Okada just pulling out 2 minutes of movement at the end is kind of what this match was. But it worked. It worked for what the story that we're telling here. It worked because Speedball just got here. There wasn't. It was like Okada was caught by surprise. Like, whoa, this guy he almost got me. This little ninja dude with his flurry of kicks. They kept catching me, but you aren't because I'm Kazuchika Okada. No matter what. Like,
Yeah.
Good try though. Good try. But yeah,
Okada stopped bleaching his hair.
That's true.
He did.
It's a very interesting color. Like it's like a purple gray.
He did used to do the purple back in the day. When he first came back to New Japan, he had that purple hair going. It was weird. I think when he won the IWGP World Championship the first time, it was purple hair. Very weird. But yeah, so I think it's time. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. What did Justin Roberts say this year? Shit's about to get crazy. What did he say?
Oh wait, we got the women's.
Women?
Toni
No,
Storm
that's horrible. The Women's World Championship. You're right.
Yes.
Toni Storm against Mina Shirakawa. I love Mina. I love seeing Mina. I love Toni. Anything that they did in this match was going to get my approval. But I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as good as Mercedes versus Jamie, but that's because they wrestled a whole different kind of match. Oh, excuse me. It's fucking late because AEW pay-per-views run until 1 a.m. No, it's 11:40 over here now. It's okay.
I have 1:40 a.m. over here.
We're getting there. But they had a different kind of match because Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa are, even though they can go, they're both also entertainers. So they were like dancing and shit. They was dancing. There were comedy spots. Mina, damn, I thought I would have uploaded the video. There is a funny spot where Luther gets involved and Mina like kicks him in the dick and then uses him as a base to do a fucking tornillo, which I swear she screamed the name of the move as she did it, like tornillo. And I was like, why aren't more people doing this? That's incredible. I want more anime-esque shouting of your names before you finish somebody off. Like, if Ospreay screams like, hit it blade, and then he kills you with that shit, I think that'd be cool as fuck.
I just Hangman buckshot lariat when usually it's like out of nowhere.
It's not out of nowhere because you have to.
Because everyone's like, oh. No, but that's what turns them around. They're like, huh? And then
buckshot, bitch. No, but
Swerve stomp.
Okay, so maybe it only works for Japanese people. But yeah, no, Mina Shirakawa does not get the win in the end. Fun, especially the finish. It was real fast paced at that little finish where they traded reversals and then Toni Storm fucking headbutts fucking Mina and hits her with the power driver. Bang! Real fast. Finish! Where is that screenshot? Toni Storm retains the world championship, and then her and Mina shake hands, and then they make out. So Toni Storm wins and retains the championship, but we all win watching at home. Thank you, Toni and Mina.
Still doesn't compare to Swerve and Mox when they did their little kissy do.
I just I thought Mariah May would come out after this. I was like, oh, she's gonna be like, what are y'all bitches doing without me? But no, she's gone. No more threesomes. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
You're gonna tell me there's no women's matches on Bash at the Beach '96, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh god. I am fighting for the right. Actually, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. I hate period cramps. I think that I listen to feminist podcasts. No,
Me and the boys on the way to go and take care of business for whoever invented periods.
I can buy pads at the supermarket with no problem. What size pussy you wear? I got this.
What?
Thank you for joining us, Keo. Sorry if you joined this at a weird time. I swear we talk about wrestling here. So we are talking about the Anarchy in the Arena. Matt, that's not. I didn't say that. And first of all, that's the rest of the general public. That's not me. Anarchy in the Arena. One of the matches I was looking forward to tonight, the fucking most. Off principle, because these matches are always good. But tonight we had the All Stars in here. Moxley, Claudio, Yuta, the Young Bucks, and Marina Shafir versus Samoa Joe, Hobbs, Shibata, Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, and Willow Nightingale. I did that off the top of my head. Nice. It was hard. Swerve comes out with Predator gear.
Oh, John, time out. I found what Justin Roberts said.
What was it?
Oh, shit. Get on your feet for Anarchy in the Arena.
Poor guy. He just has to come up with it on his own because there's no structure here. Every year he's got to come up with one.
Donate to the swear jar.
It's pressure like those Jennifer Hudson hallway people. They got to come up with a song every fucking day. That's insane. That's a crazy ass job to have. I don't know nothing about this guy. We're gonna make up a song about him. You got 2 minutes.
Thank goodness for the dawn of ChatGPT.
That's honestly true. But yeah, man, Oh shit! Anarchy in the arena. Predator Swerve. Swerve the Predator.
I can't believe he was hanging out with Vince.
I Swerve on the Diddy list.
Swerve is called to testify.
Swerve is out dressed like a predator, and then
Freak off
just
Swerve.
he's just wearing a Pat Patterson costume.
Swerve, look up behind you. It's Chris Hansen. Have a seat right over here.
No, this was really cool. They had lasers. His entrance and everything was turned into like
the infrared.
Infrared, yeah, heat vision, infrared, predator vision.
Yeah. Chris Hansen, no.
He's got predator vision. He can only see the children in the crowd.
Not the little Hulkamaniacs.
No. Oh man. Anyway, Swerve is out. Cool entrance. Kenny Omega with the Captain America tights or Captain Canada.
Captain Omega.
It's Captain Omega because Captain Canada would be red and white. Like there is a Captain Canuck, I think it is Captain Canada or whatever. He's dressed in red and white. But anyway,
the symbol right there on the shield.
That shield did not come into play as much as I thought it would. Or if it did, it happened in the chaos and it was just like lost.
Pretty much what it was.
The Anarchy in the Arena matches, they always start with chaos, like absolute chaos, before they kind of funnel down into the focus highlight spots. But yeah,
John, you see over there's Chekhov's ambulance.
That's right. I pointed it out. Then I was like, look at the ambulance still out there. Somebody's going in that shit. The Young Bucks had come out with their founding father. They had Justin Roberts read it from a scroll.
Yeah.
Score 6 years ago.
It was all like
our founding fathers. It was awesome. I love this entrance. They were waving flags and shit, which the flag did come up later. And whoop, that went up there.
I didn't even notice that.
He stuck the flag in fucking Matt Jackson's ass in this match.
It's just like when Batista single-handedly killed La Resistance once and for all.
No, I wish that this would have been more focused on, and not just because I want to see this more focused on, but because when you're telling a story, the Bucks they came up with these obnoxious ass flags and their founding fathers. Kenny Omega is also a founding father, so Kenny taking this flag and shoving it up Matt Jackson's ass should have been a highlight. But it happened in the chaos of Anarchy in the Arena, which started off with the Young Bucks, like I said, coming out with that. Oh, goddamn, Mac, don't do that. No. I'm sure it was Captain America. No, don't do this.
We won't talk about Willow and Shafir in this match.
Fuck. The Young Bucks music was like fluty Revolution 1776 music, and because they were the last ones to come out, that was the music that played in the arena. So
where was
Kenny asks for Samoa Joe didn't make his entrance. You're right. He didn't come out with everybody else. Everybody was waiting for Joe. I thought he was gonna come out dressed as Sweet Tooth, but no, he was just hiding. And we get this great shot of him behind the poor, unsuspecting Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh, that's gotta be cool, man.
And the match begins with Samoa Joe yoking this man out. And we're playing this fucking Revolution music the whole time.
Well, two big meaty men are gonna go fight in like 90-degree humidity.
It's ridiculous. And so Kenny Omega grabs the mic and he asks them to change it. And they
I'm about to lose control.
expected the people to react They expected people to be like, ew. But everybody was really digging it. Everybody was like, yeah!
Even
I was
Kaz.
fucking excited. And so Kenny has to take they first they hate it like the well, whatever, and then they go up and they fight for a little bit. But Kenny takes the mic and he's like, all right, that was fun, but let's get some real shit.
Alternative rock music. If you know the words, sing it along. Let's get this party started. Play that shit.
Oh, man.
What the fuck? I lost my shit, man. This was like I felt like I was in 2021 again. I was like, look at pure AEW. Like this is some shit that
Yeah.
you will only see in AEW. This is what I love to see right here. This fucking shit right here. All of this chaos, non-structure. I'm not trying to sell you an action figure. I'm not trying to make a $5 fucking from you right now by putting something behind a paywall. This is the most ridiculous pro wrestling art shit that you are gonna get on a mainstream stage. This is just that shit bananas bonkers fucking pro wrestling. And I don't want to hear no bullshit about what's pro wrestling and what isn't pro wrestling. This is pro fucking wrestling. The feeling you got when this motherfucking let the bodies hit the floor. When that shit drops and they all start fucking beating the shit out of each other, and Kenny Omega is literally throwing Wheeler Yuta off a fucking balcony to let the bodies hit the floor. Like that's the coolest shit I ever fucking seen. Don't ever let nobody. If somebody looks at you in their eye and tells you that they didn't enjoy that, they don't enjoy wrestling. They don't enjoy wrestling. They enjoy being on a team. They enjoy being loyal to a logo. They don't enjoy
Tribalism.
wrestling. Tribalism is human. People pick their sides, but you got to figure like some things are just like objectively good. Like, damn, I hate that basketball team, but boy, that player sure is fucking good. I don't know. I guess it doesn't work that way when you're like when your IQ is really low. But it is what that is.
Tribalism is going to indicate they don't care about Bodies being an amazing song. They're just going to say, "Hey, you know, it's not my company, so I can't enjoy this insanely good, cool, super freaking awesome moment because oh my gosh, when that started playing, I don't know what song I was expecting, but when that hit, I remember. I'm sure you guys probably felt the same way, like years ago when that was like the ECW theme song and they played that thing constantly. It was kind of getting boring, but like hearing it again was for several times in a row too was just so cool, and the way they were using it was awesome. I feel like they kind of wanted to time it to have like certain marks get hit for certain moments, like when Yuta, for instance, was getting thrown off the balcony by Hobbs onto security. I feel like they wanted to hit that crescendo, but they just couldn't nail it in time. But it was still really cool how it was all done and put together, and I enjoyed that so much. I think it would have been the coolest thing to be in that arena singing it while all that chaos was happening.
Jonathan, you were not around for most of the moments that use a song like this one in pro wrestling. This is probably your first, like the bodies hit the floor moment in wrestling.
My bones feel old now.
Does it work? Does it work for you the way it worked for all the old people?
It was a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting Jonathan Poole. Last time I heard Jonathan Poole was in the Cooler movie. I never had Jonathan Poole in wrestling before. Look, it was fun.
That's right.
It was funny. Claudio broke the speaker.
Claudio swinging. Whose hair went into the speaker to end the
That was
music?
Swerve.
It was Swerve.
Yeah, that was Swerve.
That's racist.
Dave Williams being played in an arena 23 years later is also one of the coolest things.
I want to go through. So much was going on. Like there was so much going on. Like look at this. This is just random as fuck. But look at this shit.
The hell through the ears. Omega. Oh, God.
That was cool as fuck. Easily lost in the chaos. Dude, it happened, and a minute later, somebody was probably getting stabbed. we were. Let me pull up because we were covering this on the Dirt Sheet Radio page, and I didn't even
So much
realize
happening.
there was so much going on that I didn't have time to usually I have time to scan the page so that I can try to not double post, but there was so much going on that I was like, we gotta go. We gotta
Yeah,
go.
it's
We gotta go. So at one point like we said, Kenny Omega, let me share this tab and pull this up here. Oh, hello, Big Bertha. You get to be the big tab today. At one point, we're listening to this music. Kenny Omega up there, moonsault off the balcony. First he threw Hobbs. Yeah, that's what I said. They threw Hobbs,
There
let
goes
the body
Yuta.
hit the floor. Hobbs threw Yuta. Uh, Young Bucks do the thing. We're on the stage. Fucking Swerve Strickland brings out a forklift.
Hangman reach, baby. Everyone wanted to do this.
Pro wrestling and forklifts. A very fun relationship. And then Hobbs drags, get over here. Crushed crackers.
Bad.
they good shit. Willow Nightingale. Fuck. She got her earlobe locked onto the ring post. Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton style.
I was just gonna say, I'm
Disgusting.
surprised Jeff didn't ask to do something like that when he was around.
He didn't think of it. That in a room where these 12 people are probably together thinking of shit, I'm sure crazy shit like that came up. Why don't you lock my ear around the fucking... Oh shit. I actually did not know that. Max says, here's a fun fact. WWF had to stop playing Drowning Pool for ECW in the original 2001 days after 9/11.
Well, here's the other
The
thing. It
title
wasn't just WWE.
wasn't
It was also
appropriate.
like all over the radio because that song just came out a couple months prior, and it just ceased play entirely.
Yo, I never actually considered that aspect. Wow. As the only New Yorker in the stream right now, I'm holding in a laugh. You wasn't there, Jonathan.
John's upset now.
You was born after 9/11. You don't count. You're not a New Yorker unless you were traumatized by the death of 3,000 of your fellow peers
Hey,
at
Chicago
once.
had some fears.
Yeah, but people die every day. No.
He had King Vaughn.
You had King Von. You unleashed King Von upon the rest of us. You haven't paid enough.
Listen, we have to consider the fact that we were able to get My Chemical Romance out of all of this.
Oh, but they got the new Pope, so that's cool. Swerve Strickland. They bring out the fucking staple gun, and if I have the staple gun clip, I gotta have the staple gun clip because that was like one of my favorite spots in this fucking madness.
Don't forget about Hobbs.
Bonkers match. Hobbs gets stapled on his back, and it's like, why would you staple Hobbs? He is a brick fucking wall. Nothing, no mere staple is gonna work on fucking Hobbs.
So much so Hobbs literally like takes their with the staple gun in their hands and it's just like do it.
I don't have the clip. I'm trying to find the clip. I'm on Twitter now. I'm trying to find the clip. This is it. I'm not gonna find it, but yeah. Eventually, Swerve catches a staple right in the middle of his tongue. Nothing. How do you learn to fall off a 20-foot ladder? How do you learn to stay? I wish JR. Thank you. First of all, prayers to JR and thoughts. Because man, how do you learn to take a staple in the middle of your fucking throat? Disgusting, bro. It's horrifying. This shit
may have been broken in half.
But yeah, man, pro wrestling. But after this, Hook.
Send
Hook makes his way out
in the Kenny sweatshirt.
Hook is out in the Kenny sweatshirt. He takes out Claudio with the golf club because Claudio is the one who put him on that chair and killed him. And Samoa Joe wants a hug. Won't you come hug old Uncle Joe?
Oh no. This is why Swerve came out. Where's Chris Hansen?
And Hook was like, whoa. you just
I need
replaced
an
me
adult.
with Hobbs. Like, he was like, how did you even find somebody that fast? Like, bro, like, did you have that plan? I'm like, what the fuck? You had another dude come in immediately. What the fuck is that about? I'm glad that that's being addressed. I'm so glad that Hook didn't just come back and be like, yeah, it's all good. We're in the Hobbs again. Because
Freebird
they
rule,
just
everyone.
replaced
Yeah.
him. They had him in there. Hobbs even looks better than Hook in this.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I'm
replaced me with
glad
a
we
bigger,
did that.
stronger guy who also worked with my own father.
So immediately after that, Hook leaves and abandons them. And then Gabe Kidd comes out, busts Kenny Omega with the suitcase that has the world championship in it. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That should be bouncing around way too much to have a fucking world championship. I have world championship belts, and they don't bounce.
They move that thing very lightly, don't they?
They don't bounce like that. But yeah, so Gabe Kidd gets involved, and he works his way up to the ambulance where he wants to throw Kenny Omega in there. But surprise, surprise, Mark Briscoe is alive and here because Eddie Kingston is clearly not ready, even though this was like this is ready made. This was like ready made for Eddie Kingston, and I know that a doctor somewhere was like,
No.
sorry guys.
And probably the second opinion doctor.
It's like the third one now. No,
It's like the
no.
day of the show and it's on like the seventh doctor. He's like, I don't think so.
He, Hook is probably pissed off he was replaced so easily. Yeah, exactly. Like, how did they have Hobbs so ready? Like, he was so ready, bro. Like, I would be offended as fuck.
Called him ready to
Like,
go.
there wasn't even a struggle. He was just here.
You didn't even ask how I felt about this.
He's up now.
I didn't remember giving the thumbs up.
So yeah, Hook. Excuse me. Gabe Kidd gets taken out by Mark Briscoe.
Man,
Samoa
I
Joe.
yelled when I saw Briscoe because I was not expecting him to run in and fly.
Well, in the ring before Mark Briscoe, Willow Nightingale finally she starts getting physical.
Oh yeah,
She got her
remember too,
big black and Jack shirt on. Oh, that was such a sick reveal, bro. I was like, yes.
Remember too,
yes.
the whole crowd was chanting, "Please free Willow."
Please help Willow.
Yeah.
She finally got leg free. She's getting physical. She takes out she spears fucking everybody. She double spears the Young Bucks. Big Willow moment. Her and Hobbs taking people out with spine busters. She gets taken out by Jon Moxley again. I was like, damn, she owed him one. I thought she would take him out, but no, he took her ass out. He's the Willow killer.
Honestly.
Willow with the 2001 Lita thong tees. I was like, Willow, your precious, wholesome gimmick. You can be wearing a thong, girl. Nah.
Deathmatch Willow.
I took you for granny pennies.
Oh, man.
No, basically, now I said that because Willow, Hobbs, Samoa Joe, and Shibata locked Gabe Kidd and the Death Riders up in this ambulance, and they are not letting them out. And that allows Kenny Omega and Swerve to get their hands on the Young Bucks like they've been waiting to do all this time. And boy, oh boy, did they fucking get their hands on the Young Bucks. I never saw this shit coming in my life. Because Kenny Omega has Matt Jackson up on the stage for a one-winged angel off the stage through
They
the
got there
table.
really fast.
That's enough. That's already like, oh shit, like what the fuck? That was so big. That was huge. Swerve has his new Swerve sneakers on. They glued thumbtacks to the bottom, and now they get up on them. Oh, what the fuck was that, man? Then what the fuck?
Oh.
I fucking love this company. This shit was awesome. This shit was awesome.
That was the coolest match I've ever seen. That was
That was-
freaking chaos.
That was for the fucking sickos. That was for the fucking sickos.
That would have been the coolest thing to attend live.
That was one of that was one of the matches of the year for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to go back and look at matches of the year, but I don't know if they're touching this. I love this kind of wrestling. I say it all the time. I love the plunder. I love the plunder.
Going on, baby.
Bro, this was beautiful. How do they keep topping themselves?
And I remember too, like, the big thing that we've been talking about leading into this was AEW celebrating 6 years of existence. And honestly, when you look at so much from the beginning to the end, a lot of this was honestly just like a best of AEW, right? So many of their iconic moments were getting relived in here. A sneaker with the thumbtacks on it, big explosions, especially going through tables. Oh man, this was a little bit of everything from over the years, and I loved it.
What'd you think, John?
It was a little nostalgic because I remember one of my first ever wrestling matches was the 2020 COVID Stadium Stampede, and it felt like that for me.
It did have that kind of chaos, especially the one wing angel off the elevated platform ending.
Yeah.
But with the explosions, I'm glad they haven't ran away from explosions ever since the failed exploding barbed wire match. Where these Anarchy matches have been the place where we brought back the explosion.
Yeah. Honestly,
last year,
what? They should just go back into it, redo it. I think
I said that
they can make it work.
I swear they need to run that back. Run back the barbed wire steel cage or the barbed wire electric fucking match. Yeah. Blow that shit up for real. Call Onita's people. Take some tips. Run this shit in Daily Center. Pre-tape it if you want.
Onita back.
Fuck that shit. Pre-tape the ending. Splice it in. Blow up a limo. We've been here before. We've done this. There's no way.
Get the memorial show ready.
There's no reason why we can't splice the footage. Gosh, big fucking nuclear explosion.
They had no excuse to not have spliced footage when they did that too.
It was COVID era too. You actually could have spliced in a military explosion if you wanted. Daly's Place helicopter footage of a fucking hole in the ground. We don't know who survived, but we'll find out on Dynamite. No. This match was awesome. Like you said, a tribute to 6 years of AEW, and in that case, the right people won in the end, and the right people got pinned in the end. It felt like a big deal too. It felt like the top stars doing top star things, and I was like, man, this should have been the main event. Yeah. I thought at the time, anyway, because I was like, shit. How do you follow that? That was.
And then they were very, very sneaky. Stars. You put Adam Cole after that.
Sorry, Paragon.
It was either going to be them or the women's match, which isn't fair, or the Hurt Business versus Sons of Texas, and they had no chance of getting any kind of reaction after that. So putting this 6-man after that made sense because that you have these guys that can really wrestle and they'll do cool things, and it ended up being a good match. It was hard to care about it because I was so caught up in this fucking match. I was like, God damn, I love AEW. I love wrestling. And these guys are just wrestling in the background, and they're just the backdrop to me being like, I love this company.
Hey, listen, we had Bodies earlier, and then we followed that up with End of Heartache, though. That was fun.
We did get into Heartache. Lots of music tonight. But how are you going to forget that? I'm so excited about the Twisted Sisters. Come on.
I'm so excited.
Boom, 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 boom.
I was kind of thinking that, when we did like I'm so excited, and then we did like the first run through of bodies. I was like, okay, are they gonna have like other songs going through here? Like, are those the only two? And then they ended up being the only two. I mean, apart from
I
the Revolutionary
I
War song.
I thought I'm so excited was gonna be the song. I was like, okay, I'll accept it.
That would have been fun.
I was like, well, they already paid for that, so I get it.
We got
But
one play of that and like 4 of bodies. I was trying to keep count.
so yeah, we got the real main event. No, and then we followed that up, like you said, 6-man tag match, Paragon, undisputed with a different name. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Porygon.
No, the
Lower your
seizures.
TV brightness. Lower your TV brightness.
Lower your TV brightness. Kids, get away from Swerve.
Close your eyes. They got defeated by the Don Callis family. It was listen. They worked hard, like for having to follow that fucking match. These guys were out there and they were doing their thing.
Roddy is a hell of a fighter. And he comes flying in. Oh, look at this. Alexander.
These were the right guys.
Like, really into it too.
They were really excited. The crowd didn't die. Like they never really died. And so the Don Callis family wins the match. They start beating down the Paragon, and then Brody King and Ishii make their way out, but they brought a guest, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Go Ace!
Tanahashi.
I love Tanahashi. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here, but I guess we're building a 6-man for Forbidden Door. Makes sense because Tanahashi is not doing very many singles matches.
Probably should. We saw him walking to the ring, and he probably shouldn't.
Who was it that died? Like somebody ran up to him and took one shot and just stood there.
It was like one of our people.
It might have been Trent. He just ran up and just took one elbow and died. And just didn't. Tanahashi was waiting. He just walks down the ramp. Yeah, like, okay, I've done my part. But that was pretty much the show. We talked about every match tonight. Fucking great 5-star pay-per-view. I might go ahead and I might watch that
awesome.
Anarchy in the arena again.
Yeah, I was.
That's how good it was. Because it was a lot, like, and I had to cover it too. Like every time something cool happened, I gotta go find a clip, so I'm missing a second cool thing. That's a fucking part. You people, you think this shit is easy? You go on Dirty Radio, you read the fucking results. Oh, it's so easy. All you did was watch it and put the thing up, right? They gotta get the fucking clip. So when I get the fucking clip, I'm missing the thing. And if I miss the cool thing, I gotta get the thing that I missed. And now I gotta get that shit. I gotta write the shit down. I gotta post it to 3 different platforms. I gotta do all that and try to enjoy the show. It's fucking impossible. And I was doing it for 5 years for free. And none of you unappreciative motherfuckers, all you fucking do is complain and point out typos. Never a thank you. Go to fucking hell. Go to hell. All of you. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this thing again.
So before you go there, make sure you hang out with us Friday for Bash at the Beach 96. Then you can go.
No, but we're not exactly done yet because we do got one thing here that we love to do, fellas. I don't have a graphic, so Chopper of the Night. Here we go. Jobber of the Night. Who is the Jobber of the Night? Little John. Yeah.
I can't even think of one.
Bang. There we go. I got the graphic up. But nothing, not a single Jobber of the Night tonight on this AEW pay-per-view.
Everyone wins.
It's okay. It was a good
Sammy
show.
Guevara.
That's a good choice.
It's a good choice. But he ain't do nothing wrong. He's
just cause.
Oh, he's done stuff wrong, John.
Just cause. Understandable. That's what Andrade said when he was looking around the locker room and he was like, "Who's gonna get Sammy Guevara? Why? Just cause." Bow.
That's also what Tony Khan said. He's just like, "Why are you pushing me, boss? Just cause."
Just cause. I don't want to tell him, but it's Tay Conti. It's Tay. Yo, they worked mad hard. You know how hard they worked. She didn't know nothing. Like she came from NXT. She wasn't like fully developed, and then she came on AEW Dark, and then she worked her way up, and she was getting better in the ring, and she was actually really good. And then they had the street fight and the Tay J connection and the Jay Cargill match, and Tay Conti's stock was rising, and she was about to be AEW's next big prospect. And then Sammy Guevara comes with his fucking penis. And you can't punish somebody for that, but you don't have to tell him that's what it was for. Like, we're
Tony
just
Khan
like,
said, "Watch me."
he's like, well, ROH tag champion, right? And you're like, well, yeah, but I'm not on ROH tag champion, right? Take it and go. Be happy you're still getting paid here.
You're lucky you're getting the Von Erichs with you.
We'll put you on a pay-per-view if you're lucky. When we need someone to lose.
If you've been a good boy.
Nick, who's your jobber?
Yes. Jobber of the night. I'm going to go with a big group of people. I'm going to be going with FTR, Daniel Garcia, and Nigel McGuinness collectively.
God damn!
On such a great show, this was the one that I'm like, if we were to cut this match, nothing of value would have been lost.
Cut the whole squad. You cut the agent, the ref, the wrestler.
Get Christopher Daniels out of here. Cool Hand Ange wasn't in here, but we'll get him out too.
Ruby
Soho
yeah,
too.
I was gonna go with a similar thing. I was actually, this one's fucked up. This one's gonna hurt me because God, he's like one of my childhood favorites, and I hate to do this, but tonight, poor Nigel.
Aww.
Nigel McGuinness, he was out there like a deer in headlights so many times. Great shape, although there was a couple moments in the beginning where he was like blowing wind, and I was like, "Oh no,
Nigel, no,
Nigel, no!" But then look at him though; he looks great. He looks great, man. Get him in the ring more often. If we're gonna fucking go with Nigel as a wrestler, then just put him in the ring more often. Like,
right?
Feature him, because putting him once in a while and not giving him enough time to actually get ring ready, it ain't right, man. He don't deserve that. Nigel shouldn't be out here for this spot. Like, I guess the idea is that they got to get this FTR legend killer thing over, and they're gonna kill a legend in Nigel McGuinness tonight. But they weren't emphasizing that.
Because I feel like too, like booking wise, it seems like they always want to try to do something every now and then to make it look and feel like the Nigel McGuinness return, which we've already seen, we've already had. Like, why couldn't they have just given like a couple like tune-up matches for Nigel on Collision? That would have made sense. That would have been easy to do.
Mac has a point. It's a good point. Nigel did sacrifice for us, but tonight they sacrificed his integrity to put him in this supplementary story. It wasn't even like a real story. It was like leading up to what the story is, which is how are we gonna get to Edge and Christian? I'm still confused. I don't know how we get to Edge and Christian from here. I don't even know if it's gonna happen.
We don't.
But yeah, man, those are the jobbers of the night. So that brings us to our megastar.
Give me the Vine boom, boom, boom.
I don't know what that is, Nick. I don't know
the
what
Vine
that
boom
is.
Sound effect. Boom. John Jr., you should know that one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Ooh, that was fun. Anarchy in the arena. That's just the
I don't know how to make it stop.
The fathers are now out.
So, megastar tonight. I went last. I'll go first. This one is easy. So fucking easy. Actually, it's hard. That's why I said that. I was trying to stall while I was saying it.
A lot of options.
There's so much good going on. And my camera died. Perfect. There was so much good on this show. I could give it to everybody in the Stadium Stampede in the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Oh.
I could give it to Ospreay. I could give it to Hangman. But you know what? I'm not going to give it to either of them.
Oh.
Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, megastars of the night. Who else? Who else? None of you motherfuckers were beautiful hot women making out on pay-per-view. Nobody else on this show was a beautiful hot woman making out on pay-per-view. Only Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa provided me with this service tonight, and for that, they are the megastar of the night together. I hope that you girls enjoyed your presence. I'm sure they both taste like strawberries and love. Nick,
you know what? I'm going to say my megastar of the night is whoever, Tony Khan, spent the money to get us bodies, and I'm so excited. Both songs were fantastic where they were, and they were incredible. If I have to pick a wrestler, though, I'll also give a shout out to the one, the only, Kazuchika Okada, because that drop kick to Speedball Bailey in midair was awesome. I'm still thinking about how cool that was.
give me a second. I didn't get to run this one.
Oh, there you go. Great move. I'm about to lose control. It's your jam, Shivani. I think I like it, man.
Yes.
I gotta watch that fucking match again. But yeah, Nick, that's good stuff. John, who's your megastar?
I got two of them.
Two of them.
I got Hangman, and I got the exploding table from the end.
Oh God, yes. I will never forget that table.
Like there was a spot where they were outside on the side of that arena, and then Gabe Peel was gonna put somebody through the table, but he moved them away because like he remembered it was gonna explode.
Oh wait, this one's rigged.
Also, Willow. Thank you, Willow.
Thank you, Willow.
She just approves. Damn, man, this was a fun night. This was a fun post show. Mac, really worried about our budget on Vespa. Thank you for joining us. The whole pay-per-view was fucking fire.
It was awesome.
Absolutely.
One of the best, honestly.
I just listen, it was a good picture. Matt, good job. But anyway, listen, we had Will Ospreay on for an interview last Friday just before his big loss tonight on the pay-per-view. Go check that out. It's available on the 3NT Wrestling. You might have seen it. Headlines everywhere. Will Ospreay asking AJ Styles to come see him. It wasn't really like that. People took it out of context. We were asking what his top dream matches were. And he was like, yeah, one of them is AJ Styles. Just quit your job, AJ. Come wrestle me. And people are like, Will Ospreay wants AJ Styles to quit his job. Oh, you should have quit your job and wrestle in high school gyms. Hey, you fucking ugly fat fuck. Go to work. Does that scare you? Job? No. Job?
Employment.
Anyway, go check that out. This Friday, Bash at the Beach 1996, the legendary WCW show where the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, tease a mystery third man for their
Who's the third man?
Mysterious organization. But who's the third man? It's got to be Viscera, right? Mabel? No.
Mabel, yes. Hey, listen, I just want to say, to hype everyone up, I have 4 pages full of news going in and out of the event, and another full page of notes dedicated to all of the potential suspects for who a lot of people were thinking the third man was.
That's going to be so fun. We are finally going to dispel or confirm the rumor that Dave Meltzer reported Mabel would be the third man in the NWO.
I looked into that one especially.
The research. Nick did the research. He read the observers. He read the newsletters from that time. And we're going to know for sure.
I did.
Friday.
And I went through the internet archives. I went through whatever still exists. I went through all the old internet forums at the time, too, to see what some of you might have said or some of your parents might have said way back when.
I love old internet. I love old internet chatter because it is the same as today with
Absolutely.
different names on the top. Man, that's Stone Cold. All he ever does is win. You will be so surprised. All the things that you hold dear to your heart, somebody on the internet has torn to shreds exactly the way they do today.
Yep.
It's exactly the way. But every fucking day we're live. It's a curse. Jersey Radio is live after Monday Night Raw, after Tuesday Night NXT, after Wednesday Night Dynamite, after Thursday Night Impact, after Friday Night SmackDown, after pay-per-views like tonight. Next weekend, finally, a break. And then we're back, though. Come meet us on Monday, tomorrow night for the Memorial Day Raw post-show rewind. As for now, thank you all for joining us. It has been a blast. I'm going to run off, find some wrestling to watch, and let's run this beautiful video as we. I don't really have a video to play. That's why I was like, damn, I don't know what to run. Here's Hangman's cool entrance.
There we go.
Bye, everyone.